How's it going, guys? I'm Alex, also known as 734Speed over on Instagram. Today I want to introduce you to the new build that we got going on here. It's my 2010 Mazdaspeed3, going big turbo on it, Cork Sport, Dankai 2 long block. And I want to take a minute just to introduce the car, introduce the build, talk about it a little bit. Engine's coming in a few days, and basically just want to use this channel as a way to document the build of this badass car here. So without further ado, let's take a better look at it. So quick backstory on this car. Bought this car a little over a year ago, last December, with the intentions of having it as a winter driver. I was driving a 2005 Mustang at the time, driving 100 miles a day for work in the Michigan winters was not fun. Found this car super cheap, always really liked the body styles on it, always liked the look of it, didn't know much about it. Found out quickly that I had bought a car with a lot of issues on it, and that's when the car kind of became a project, and I knew right away big turbo was the way to go. So basically, what we did with this car, just been slowly building over the past year. Only got about 1,000 miles of driving on it. Most of the time was spent saving money for the big turbo. Basically, I wanted to get it up and running before I put the long block in. So, got all the parts necessary to run a very conservative base tune with a Garrett GTX 3076R Gen 2 big turbo. So let's dive in here and look at the engine bay a little bit more, see what type of mods we've done, and just get a general sense of where the car is at now.
Alright, so let's take a better look here at the engine bay, what I've done so far, talk a little bit about what we got planned for the future, and our power goals. Basically, the old owner swapped a Gen 1 motor in here, unknown miles on it, something let loose in there, which is the reason why it's sitting here dead now and waiting on the Cork Sport Dankai 2 motor. Previously, this was tuned by Freak Tune. I'm guessing probably around 350 horsepower. It was a very conservative tune with the Gen 2 GTX 3076R turbo. So basically, we were planning on doing methanol injection with the JMF intake manifold. That has now been changed. We're waiting on a port injection JMF intake to come in. Down behind that, can't see, it's a little dark, but we got the Damon PCV plate, which feeds into the stage 3 dual overhead or oil catch cans. We have a Treadstone TR1035 intercooler up front, JBR piping, and a tile bypass valve, JBR bypass valve hose, going into a JBR 3.5 inch wide pass intake. That may be going to a 4 inch. Still kind of undecided on that. You see, we have removed the battery. That is in the trunk now. That made room for the bigger turbo. It just made install a lot easier. So we were able to push the ECU over onto the strut tower. You see, we got a Tanabe strut tower bar there just to kind of help hold the front end together in sharp turns. We've got all the Cork Sport look cool accessories, the exhaust manifold, heat plate, valve cover, and then the radiator cover. You can see here we got the pegs for the hood scoops. That's purely because my hood latch failed, and it was cheaper to do the hood scoop or the hood pins as opposed to putting a Mazda OEM hood latch in. We've got Damon motor mounts all the way around on here. We got the Damon passenger mount. Doubt we're gonna be able to see it, but back there's the Damon rear motor mount. And then the Damon trans motor mount. You can see there's that big turbo back there. Damon EGR delete. We've got some Smeagol custom made fuel lines here on both the low pressure and the high pressure side. Cork Sport high pressure fuel pump internals. We got a Grimspeed 3-port electronic boost control solenoid. I'm trying to think what else we got going on up here. Not too much in the back here. This is just an eBay exhaust manifold that came with the car. I have no idea. I couldn't find any manufacturer or any specs or anything on that. I do have a full race Pro Stock manifold in my office waiting to get thrown in on here. You can see Cobb downpipe. We're going to be deleting the cat out of that. It feeds into a Cork Sport non-resonated exhaust. A couple little minor accessories here. Race the Tick valve cover bolts. Look really sweet, and they were cheap, so why not? But our power goals for this, after the build, looking to hit at least 600 horsepower with the port injection. 650, maybe pushing the turbo a little bit too much, but I'll take all I can get. If I can get 650, even 700, that would be amazing. So let's, password JDM fuse box cover, just because the old owner trashed this fuse box cover. You can even still see the over spray from where he just rattle canned this thing. So we're going to be taking care of all that in the future, making this look a lot nicer. We also did a wire tuck on this, just to kind of clean up the look of it. As you can see, I took my time on it and actually braided, shielded the wire, just to kind of make it look a little bit nicer. Going around to the inside now, peep the white line all over this car. This car is sponsored by White Line Suspension Products, as well as 734 Performance, local shop that my buddies own. So we got a Cobb access port, one of the first things you should ever do to this car, along with the high pressure fuel pump internals. Not too much going on the interior here. We do have a Ortiz Customs gauge pod holder, and this has Innovate Motorsports gauges in it. And we got air fuel ratio. This one right here is coolant temp and battery, oil temp, oil pressure. I do have two more gauge holders coming to hold 3 more gauges. We're going to be putting gauges 2 right here. This will be fuel pressure, fuel temp, as well as E85 content to read the content of the ethanol in the port injection fuel cell. And then up here in the dash steering wheel area, we will have the fuel gauge to show how much fuel is left in the fuel cell. Minor little accessories in here. We got this really sweet Billet Works custom shift knob. Jail in prison for 5th and 6th gear. I just love that. Cork Sport e-brake handle. I did do a SWAS disconnect switch down here. For those of you who don't know, that disconnects the steering wheel angle sensor so the car doesn't cut boost during sharp corners. I do have a Billet Works switch that looks a lot cooler and is custom engraved to go and replace that. But that's pretty much it for inside here. I'll probably replace the dash eventually. It is cracked. We'll go to the back of the car, show you back here. More stickers, because stickers add horsepower. Here's that Cork Sport exhaust. Just looks and sounds so nice. It's kind of messy back here. I still haven't been able to clean the car since the move, but in the trunk we just have our Moroso battery box. This is going to be switched out for a metal one, and when we do the fuel cell over on this side, I'm actually going to take this carpet and cardboard out and probably do aluminum, just for a little bit nicer look and better stability. On here, battery cutoff switch, just turns battery off to the whole car. And then we also have a voltmeter, and this is a 250 amp fuse, the master fuse, because I cut the OEM fuse out of the wiring harness up front. Optima battery. See, it's not even sealed down here. This thing's just kind of getting slowly ready to be taken apart. Let's work our way back up to the front. That's pretty much it. I do need a new bumper. The original owner tore this one to shreds and plasti dipped it. Half of it's paint, half's primer, half's plasti dip. I just don't feel like messing around with it. It looks like crap. Gonna buy a new one and repaint it. Probably gonna wrap this car, to be honest. You can see we got the hellas down there. Hella horns. Sound great. Look cool. But yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap this video up, and we'll start pulling this motor out and get ready to put the Cork Sport Dan Kai 2 in and see how much power we can make. Like I said, I'm hoping to hit around 600, 650. If we can go higher, we'll go higher. The motor's good to 750. A lot of the parts in here will be good to close to that. So it'd be nice to at least hit 700. That may be pushing it on the turbo. Although Garrett does say that the Gen 2 GTX 3076R is good for 750 horsepower. However, I do believe that's engine and not wheel horsepower. So yeah, thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Have a good one, guys.